I went blind on purpose. I felt imprisoned by my sight. This compelling need to be blind. I put all my time and effort into researching how to go blind. I researched many different ways. I finally decided on drain cleaner because it was easy to get. I was 23 years old and I had waited all of my life for this chance. He had me lay down on the sofa and he sat down next to me and put 2 drops of drain cleaner in each of my eyes. The drain cleaner started eating through my eyes. It was a violent pain. I was elated, so happy. I felt that this was who I was supposed to be. I have no regrets. I'm very happy as a blind person. It's your body. You should be able to do what you want to do with it.
And men get pregnant.
Well, no, I guess men can't get pregnant, but a trans female could get pregnant. Female could get pregnant.
A trans female could get pregnant?
Identify with that. Yeah. A man who... Wait, did I say that wrong? I might have.
I'm talking to college students today. Some of them are saying absolutely yes. What's going on there?
I don't know. This world's going to hell. That's all I know. I have no idea. I've never heard of that, ever.
What on earth is going on there?
I'm not sure. I don't think that's real.
This is what happens when you're too deep into the stupidity. You don't even know what you're talking about anymore. This woman is trying to follow the pronoun and ABCDEFG game so hard that she doesn't even know what she's talking about, because that's how confusing all of it is. Just accept reality for what it is and accept that there's only men and women, male and female, and that's all there is to it.
How many female members of the NBA do you see?
Well, I can say that, there's been this news article about men that think that they could beat Serena Williams in tennis, right? That they think that they could actually score a point on her. And it's just not the case. She is stronger than that.
What's your experience?
Both Serena and Venus lost to the 203rd ranked male tennis player, which they're phenoms for women.
You know what happens when they don't answer the question and they go around in a circular answer and everything is answered but the question. And then they start explaining everything other than the answer to the question that's asked. She knows everything she believes in is rubbish, and that's why she didn't answer the question.
Do you think voter ID laws are racist?
I think so.
Most of the motivation behind them being put into place is rooted in racism.
I think voter ID laws are inherently discriminatory. When you look, the vast majority of people who do not currently have IDs are people of color.
Do you have an ID?
Absolutely.
Can you show us?
Yeah.
What do you have to say to all the people that say black Americans can't get voter ID?
I don't even know why they would say that. We can get the same things that every other American can get. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Republicans are just trying to make it really fucking hard for minorities to vote.
Why do they do that?
Because they hate black people. They fucking hate black people and they're racist.
The black population is historically much more financially disadvantaged.
Today we can sometimes see that sort of continuation of racism through our voting system in education and things like that, and typically people who are less educated are less likely to vote.
I just find it very funny how it's all the white individuals who are saying all of this. It's very interesting how far white liberals would go to say that black people are oppressed. They really want us to be victims and always compete in the victim Olympics. That's all it is with these people. It's funny, the very people who say everything is racist have the most racist stereotypes you can think of, which is very, very telling and very, very interesting to see.
Disproportionately making people who don't have IDs, which are usually people of color, have to go out and pay to vote, which is going to disencourage a lot of those people from voting.
Do you have an ID?
I do.
Can you show us your ID?
For sure.
Before we get back into the video, I need all of you to turn on your post notifications so that you get notified when one of my videos come out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video if you enjoyed the video, comment down below. I'll try and reply to as many comments as possible, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at YinkaThatGuy. Let's get back into the video.
What would you say to all the people that say black Americans can't get voter ID?
Seek help. In America, the legacy of white supremacy, of perpetuating negative stereotypes for black and brown bodies, that's why they would think like that, but it's 2023, man, almost 2024. it's time to seek help.
All these terms that people use in today's day and age. In 2024, can we leave all these terms behind, like black and brown bodies? Why do these people speak like this? Black and brown bodies, also known as black or brown people. Why do they feel the need to use different terminology to speak of certain individuals? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know if it's the case that they're trying to sound smarter than they are, but to me, when I hear them speak, it just makes them sound more stupid.
For that.
So do you think voter ID laws suppress the African American vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
They might like require like a specific type of ID, like when I had to get a new passport, it was like over $100, so that definitely also like roots out the lower classes like in general.
They're not going to want to vote if they have to go spend all that money to be able to do so.
A lot of minorities are suffering from poverty. When you make people pay money to get IDs, a lot of times people just won't vote. They won't think it's worth it. They don't have the extra money to spend, you know? Yeah, they're not going to put like the couple dollars that they have into voting for somebody who's probably not even going to help them out.
Do you have an ID?
Yes, I do.
Can you show us your ID? Perfect. What do you have to say to all the people that say that black Americans can't get voter ID?
Well, I think it's pretty stupid. Like we're in a country where all of us are majority educated and we have the resources at our hands and our disposal to easily find these things. So I think anybody saying that is just dumb. Like that's a really ignorant and stupid thing to say.
Why do you think it's so much harder for black Americans to obtain voter ID?
It's generally the history of racism. Like we say we fixed it, but the system was basically built from the ground up in racism.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Yes, I do.
Why?
In the past, we've seen, African Americans being given like tests that have nothing to do with what voting is about, just in order to obtain a voting license or voter identification. So I think that that's something that we're still seeing remnants of today.
So what do you have to say to all the people that say black Americans can't get voter ID?
I say it's really a lie. It's all on really the person. If the person really want to get their ID, they can go get it. It's nothing really stopping them.
Why do you
The problem with liberals, black and white liberals, is they think that people of color, as they love to call them, are just too stupid. That's really what it is. And they're the ones who are really the ones who are racist. It's amazing the things and ideas these people are coming up with. One of them said that they have to do tests to be able to even be able to vote, which is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. But hey, they're in college, they're getting their education, and this is the mindset that they have with all the education that they get. They don't even understand simple things and just regurgitate whatever they hear on social media, whatever they hear with their friends is all they really do. And these are the stupid ideas and the stupid thoughts that they come up with when they do get those ideas, which is really amazing to me. I'll say once again to all the people out there, I am not a victim. I do not need any help. I will get the results I want out of the work that I put in. That's how it works for every individual.
Do you think it's harder for black Americans to obtain voter ID?
Well, it's a class issue, and because of systemic racism, it's usually people of color, so black Americans, who are at the bottom of the socioeconomic classes, which means that they will have the most trouble like having to pay to go get voter ID law or voter IDs.
You motherfuckers racist as hell. Why the fuck wouldn't black people have that? What's the difference between us and you?
Do you think it's harder for black Americans to sign up online to get their voter ID?
Harder, not necessarily, but less likely, yes.
Why?
In underfunded communities due to, redlining and gerrymandering, we see that there's lower education in those specific areas, which have a high amount of, minorities. And when you're less educated, you're less likely to vote. And I think that that's what makes it so difficult for people of color to vote.
Seek help. Medical professionals are everywhere. Mental health is a priority, and yeah.
This video was definitely a very interesting video to watch, and I'm sure everyone who was watching this had the same faces I had throughout the video, because these are the things that are genuinely going on in society, and trust me, they're going to continue happening in 2024 as well, which is absolutely insane to me. I'm always surprised when I watch these videos, but then at the same time, I'm not surprised, and I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but these are the emotions I go through when I am watching these videos. Anyway, Happy New Year to everyone. I want to thank everyone who has been supporting the channel. Continue to support the channel as much as possible so that I can continue to make these videos. Like the video as much as possible, comment down below, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter at YinkaThatGuy, and I am out.